Benny Blanco from the Bronx, Carbon White. I am right back with another football review, and this one, it's not even a review, this is a preview. Yes, this is a preview show for the English Premier League. Yes, I know when it comes to the weekend, we are all about the Premier League, whether it's local or it's English Premier League, but we already did a preview for the Kenya Premier League opening fixtures, but this one now is for the English Premier League. Yeah, so we have match week 5 coming up, or game week 5, which is also showing that things are hotting up. And right now, if you drop points, it feels like you're dropping out of potential races for things. So I think it's only about time for people to catch up, and also for people who are ahead to hold on to the leads that they have. So even as we look forward to this match week 5 or game week 5, we have a number of teams that are going to showcase or highlight the weekend that is coming up for this match week, and especially now since we are out of the international break, things are quite interesting. Yeah, so even before we talk about other things, let's delve into the Premier League. And of course, we'll start by looking at the Premier League table. As it stands right now, Liverpool are ahead. They are still perfect, 12 out of 12 points, winning 4 matches already, losing none, drawing none, no dropped points so far. So kudos to them. And of course, you know that Liverpool have been this team that have been, I don't know, getting wins in the last minutes. Like, they could be trash all game long, but when it comes to the final minutes, you just have to hold your breath and see, or just relax and just know that they will find a way. So that has been the story of Liverpool this season. Number 2 is Arsenal with 9 points. Of course, losing 1 game, but winning the other 3, conceding only one goal. Right now, you can argue that Arsenal has the best defense considering the goals conceded, but also it is said, I don't know, maybe you can analyze by yourself and see that Arsenal's second defense line is ranked 5th best in the Premier League. Yeah, their starting defense line is the best in the Premier League. Their second defense is number 5 in the Premier League. So interesting times, and I think we are going to have an interesting title race. Many would say that it's a battle between Arsenal and Liverpool. Tottenham are 3rd on 9 points as well, losing 1, of course, but the goal difference for Arsenal is a bit superior. It's superior to everyone, including even Liverpool, because Arsenal has 8 and Liverpool has 5. Tottenham has 7. Bournemouth closing the top 4 with 9 points as well, with 1 goal difference. Chelsea are 5th, and if English teams are qualifying 5 of them for the Champions League, then Chelsea, if the league was to end today, Chelsea hold that spot. For the bottom 3, it's West Ham on 18th, of course 3 points, and just 1 win and 3 losses. Aston Villa, surprise, 19th on 2 points, losing 2, drawing 2, and Wolves cemented at rock bottom, losing all 4 matches. Yeah, so for the most important elements or parts, that's how things stand at the moment as we get into game week 5. And because it's still early stages, if you gain points and you're sitting within the lower positions, you would find that your rise would be very meteoric. But when you drop, it will also be a big drop. Yeah. So let's get into it. On Saturday, of course, the early kickoff. That's why it's going to be a blockbuster weekend. The early kickoff for Saturday is the Merseyside derby. That's Liverpool hosting Everton at Anfield. So this will be at 2:30 East Africa time. So if you are watching this from across the globe, then know that it is 2:30 East Africa time, or EAT. Yes, so of course I have mentioned a bit about Liverpool and how they try to get a win out of, when you think that they are losing, they gain the 3 points, not just a point. So it will be upon their opponents to be very defensive, resolute, and also utilizing the chances that they have. Because I noticed that even in the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid wasted like 3 clear-cut chances. If they would have put them away, probably Liverpool would find it a bit hard to come back. Now, the only frailty about Liverpool is that they are leaking goals, but they would be able to outscore opponents. They already have Isak on their line, and it's only a matter of time to see this team probably gelling. And you could argue that they are not playing very well at the moment and they are winning. So what if they gel and find their rhythm? What would happen to the league? Is it already gone, or we still have a fight or a say into it? Yeah, Everton, of course, they have started really well. Grealish was voted the Premier League Player of the Month. I think he suits such kinds of teams with such kinds of systems. And for me, Everton can be a really hard nut to crack sometimes when they need to. And because it's a derby, you would say that form goes out of the window, but this has been a very one-sided derby, if you ask me previously. But Everton really does have the ability to cause an upset. So we wait and see what happens within this game. So for me, I'm predicting, as I am doing this, I am also watching the Man City match against Napoli, and man like who? Erling Haaland has scored a worldie. Yeah. Anyway, that notwithstanding, Liverpool are favorites in this one. For me, I'm predicting a 3-1 win for Liverpool. 3-1 because they are conceding goals, but also 3 because they have a lethal front line. Yeah, so that will be the early kickoff. The other interesting match will be 2 teams against 1. I usually call them 2 teams because it's Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion against Tottenham Hotspur at 5 p.m. East Africa time. And for this one, it's hard to call, but I don't yet trust Tottenham. Not yet. Maybe if they put a string of results, good results that is, then we would start to say, something is cooking in Tottenham. But for this one, it's really hard to call. But because Brighton are the home team, and keeping in mind what they did to Manchester City, but also Tottenham did it also to Man City. But Brighton can be a hard nut to crack. So for me, I'd be looking at a 2-2 draw for this particular one. Burnley against Nottingham Forest. Burnley gave a good show when they met Manchester United. Nottingham Forest played rather badly against Arsenal, or Arsenal made them play badly. It could be that Arsenal is a superior opponent. That's why they seemed a bit off it. I don't know about Ange's tactics. So and Burnley are just newly promoted, but they are hosting this one. How would it pan out? It's one of those that you throw it in the air and any probably random result would probably do for this one. So of course, going by last year's league positions and results, Nottingham Forest should be the favorites in this one, but I'm not seeing a Nottingham Forest win. So I'd be predicting a 1-0 win for Burnley. And then West Ham against Crystal Palace. West Ham, I feel like West Ham will be relegated this season, like after so many years, because they are not doing anything to prove that they are worthy to remain in the Premier League. And unless something changes in the course of the season, West Ham look like the team that are going to be the whipping boys this season. So when I look at this one against Crystal Palace, also at 5 p.m. East Africa time, I see a 1-0 Crystal Palace win. Okay, it's either a draw or a win for Palace, so I'm going for a 1-0 win for Crystal Palace. And then Wolverhampton Wanderers will be playing against Leeds United. This should be straightforward, yeah? Just by looking at the results, Wolverhampton Wanderers haven't gotten any results from anywhere, yeah? So they have lost all 4 matches. They're sitting rock bottom. Leeds can pull up anything out of anywhere. So it's one of those teams that you can never write off sometimes, and sometimes when you really support them, they disappoint. So for me, I am looking at a 2-1 win for Leeds United. And then now, this one, Manchester United. Manchester United? Manchester United. They have 1 win so far, but this is since World War II. This is the worst start for Manchester United in terms of results, that is. So they host Chelsea. Chelsea recently have also not been showing some good results lately. In the Premier League, they drew last time out, and then in the Champions League, they lost 3-1 away to Bayern Munich. So you'd kind of look at it as if they are going into this match as a wounded lion, yeah? So they are looking to bounce back. But then again, Manchester United are also wounded. They will be looking to cement their name into football folklore. Okay, they are already there, but of course, in terms of this season, many would write off Manchester United in contention for anything. So sometimes when you write people off, they really turn up. But because of the size and stature of Manchester United, they really have to come out and give some good results, or string some good results going forward. Now the only problem is the coach. I don't know, sometimes his tactics are a bit questionable. Many times I say put the right players in the right positions or in their best positions so that you can get a result from anywhere. Amorim has this kind of attitude that he's sticking to his guns, he's sticking to his formation only. He's not changing his philosophy whatsoever. Sticking with 5 at the back, playing people off position, and you're wondering where are the results going to come from. Also, Chelsea have this problem as well. Like in the Champions League matchup against Bayern Munich, why is Reece James playing in the midfield? Why is Reece James playing in the midfield? And then why is Cole Palmer playing on the right? Cole Palmer is a number 10. Cole Palmer is a number 10. Reece James is a right back. Play your best players in the right positions, and then you'll see some good results. It will be interesting to see how Garnacho comes out in this match. if he scores a winner, that would be quite a story. I don't know if I am predicting a result in this game. I'd be looking at a 2-2. 2-2 because I feel like Chelsea defensively, they are not so solid, especially okay, if Reece James plays right back, Kokorea, of course, currently I would say he's you could argue he could be the best left back in the Premier League right now. So you have Kokorea, you have Reece James. Tosin and Chaloba, I don't know. I don't think they are one of those solid defenders out there. So that's why I feel like it would be probably easy for the likes of Mbuemo and Akina Sesko to be able to get something out of this. I don't know if Cunha is back, but if he is, then also it adds a little bit more depth to the attacking side. Yeah, so for this one, I'm looking at a 2-2. Yeah, and then Fulham against Brentford. No, for the Manchester versus Chelsea, that will be 7:30 East Africa time. And at 10 p.m. East Africa time, we'll have Fulham against Brentford. So at Craven Cottage. So for this one, straightforward, I'd be going for a 1-0 Fulham win. And then on Sunday, Super Sunday, we kick off at 4 p.m. Kenyan time or East Africa time with Bournemouth hosting Newcastle United. Of course, Newcastle United has been turning up quite well, and there is another goal from man like who? Doku, Jeremy Doku. I think they are... Okay, we'll do a preview when we get to the Arsenal game. Yeah, so Doku has scored for Manchester City. So, Bournemouth hosting Newcastle United. So, of course, Bournemouth is a dangerous team, if you ask me. And Newcastle is a balanced team. Yeah. So when you look at it, really, they have Bournemouth in this case. They can really hurt. Oh my goodness, that was a good goal by Doku. Oh Lord. Okay, forget about that. Bournemouth can really hurt you, especially in transition. So sometimes when you think that you have things in control, they get you on the break. I can remember the game they played, opening game that they played against Liverpool at Anfield. What really happened is that Liverpool went 2-0 up, and then what? And then Bournemouth came back, scoring 2 goals, but of course now falling to late winners. 2 goals scored in extra time. So for this one, I'm looking at Newcastle. Because of the balanced nature of Newcastle, I am looking at Newcastle 2-1 win. And then Sunderland hosting Aston Villa. So of course, as it stands now, this is like a battle for the relegation. Yeah. So Sunderland have been playing some really good matches, some good games, and of course with the signing of Granit Xhaka, of course it has solidified the team. Of course, with his experience, they really have some experienced players in there. So if Aston Villa really don't turn up here, and especially at the Stadium of Light, Sunderland can be very, very dangerous. So sometimes you may feel like, these are just newly promoted teams. You can wish them away, but you realize that they're really a hard nut to crack. So I am looking at Sunderland against Aston Villa. I'm looking at a Sunderland 1-0 win. And then the big one for the weekend, the big one here, it is Arsenal at the Emirates hosting Manchester City. Arsenal against Manchester City. Now, this is the blockbuster of the weekend. So, how do they match up? Recently, Manchester City haven't been playing really well, and the last time that they faced Arsenal, they got a beat down. Yeah, 5-1 loss to the Arsenal. So, with the start of the new season, they haven't been showing some progress, really. I don't know if the loss of Kevin De Bruyne was anything to go by that is making them not to perform very well, but they haven't been turning up quite well. But in their last matchup against Manchester United, they won convincingly by 3-0. And then even in the match that we are watching right now against Napoli, they are really pressing, doing well. And I think because Napoli is also a man down, I don't know if that contributes to them putting up a good result as it stands right now. But it will be very interesting to see how this is. And with the solidity of Arsenal, especially in defense, knowing that also Saliba is coming back, Saliba is coming back from injury. I don't know whether he'll be fit to play because he was on the bench in the Champions League game, but he didn't come on. Either way, Mosquera held the fort, or has been holding the fort quite nicely or quite well in the absence of Saliba. And the rest of the back line is pretty solid. The only addition we can talk about is Hincapie, who has just recently joined Arsenal, and he made his debut in the Champions League. Did not play the whole game, but got into the final minutes. Yeah, and Ricardo Calafiore has been playing really well, and he's really, I don't know, one of those unspoken heroes. Yeah, you could argue that he could probably be Arsenal's best player of the month. Yeah, of the month of September. What else should we know from this game? Of course, Manchester City have a new goalkeeper in Donnarumma. I don't know if he fits that system of playing with the, being good with the feet. So when you look at the injury list, let's see who has the scariest ones. So for Manchester City, there is Mamouche, there is Nuri, Chaki, Stones, and Kovacic. With Arsenal, injury latest, I don't know about Odegaard, Ben White, and also Saka. But of course, there has been some good cover for Saka, especially with Noni Madueke, who has been quite a revelation. There was a petition initially to get him not to sign for Arsenal, but now he has made the Arsenal faithful fall in love with him. So with this one, I am looking at a 3-1 Arsenal win. Because of the defensive solidity, I don't trust City's defense. I see Arsenal being stable, especially at the back and also in midfield. So if Rice and Zubimendi can click, I don't know who Arteta would go with, but I really think that he might go with Merino, starting with Merino, and then have Nwaneri come at a certain point in the game. But if you ask me, my preferred 11 would be the same 11 that was there, but now on the left, don't put Eze on the left. Put him on the number 10. and then you have Martinelli on the left and Madueke, and then you have Victor Gyökeres up top. Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at a 3-1 Arsenal win, and we hope that we get the results that we are looking for, especially for our teams. Yes, so that's the preview for the weekend, for this weekend. I hope you do enjoy the rest of it. Whatever sporting event that you'll be attending, have fun at it. For me, of course, you will see me in any of the event, especially here locally. Yeah, and also possibly do a watch along, yeah, especially for the big one. So that's all we had for you today. Until next time, until next time, kindly smash that like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and share this video with your guys. Yeah, so until next time, bye bye.